Lori Daybell appeared in court yesterday and she still has her normal attitude. Now, this was a restitution hearing for Kay Woodcock, and the state actually began off saying that the total restitution request was $8,654. That's actually very important. Please remember, the state only wants $8,654 at this time for Kay Woodcock. Lori was asked if she stipulated to the restitution, and Lori complained about not getting documents fast enough. Lori was talking about how counseling's counted, and she knows legally it can be, but it was sent to her in a spreadsheet, not like individual payments, so she's not sure because she didn't get all the receipts. But Lori quickly follows up with, and I'm going to quote this as best I can, however, based on how my trials were conducted, since experience tells me that regardless of what I say or what anybody else says, you're going to order it. I am willing to stipulate today. It is my understanding that I have already been ordered by this court to pay over $534,000 in fees and fines, surcharges, and court fees. So you can add Miss Woodcock's total of $12,096.97 of restitution to my tab. She has an attitude. Trina K does not miss a beat. And Your Honor, with that correction, that would actually be $11,747.99. So it appears she just added about $3,000 extra dollars, Lori did, by running her mouth. And at this point, after this happens, Lori has a smirk and stipulates to it. Lori was asked by the judge the basic question they have to ask: are you on any drugs or medication that could affect your decision making? And she snaps at the judge and asks if the judge is aware that she is in prison. She has no access to any of those things, so the answer is no. And then Lori says the trials coerced her to have to pay this. The restitution will actually take precedent over the other fines or fees, and Brandon Boudreaux will be getting his restitution documents together. He has to work. And right as Trina K is talking about Brandon and having to get the documents together, Lori reaches over, appears to have muted herself, and starts smiling and laughing. I can't tell if she's trying to like talk to a guard or if she's just making faces for the hell of it. But she smiles and laughs, and it really reminded me of, well, what you see behind me, that smirk she had that day. If anything, her smiles have just gotten bigger and more sinister in my eyes, at least. Kay Woodcock is still going to counseling, so they inform Lori that there could be more requests for payment. And the hearing ends. So that is the update when it comes to Lori. Lori Daybell, Lori Vallow Daybell. People look her up in a variety of ways. Now, with that being said, I do want to add in and talk a little bit about what's going to be coming up with the Sarah Boone saga. Things are kind of coming to an end, or it should be. So the family law case, whenever that gets decided, the judge has everything. That was a mess with the final documents being sent and her throwing her fans under the bus, and I've covered it and everyone's covered it, and it's crazy. We don't know when that will come in. So the Sarah Boone family case could be solved any day now. I am not going to be the first to cover it at all, so make sure you're checking out other people such as Tanika's 2 Cents. They will definitely beat me to the punch when it comes to the resolution there. Now, her actual criminal case does have something going on. It's going to be the appeal, and she's gone through multiple appeal lawyers, and the next deadline is 11/16, so that's next month. Now, there's always a chance Sarah's going to lose a lawyer by then because she keeps losing them. There's also a high chance that they ask for a delay, and we get that, and then Sarah Boone puts out a letter complaining about the delay, complaining about the new attorney. We've all seen this song and dance before for years, playing out. Most likely that's going to happen in the criminal case, and she's going to post another letter publicly to the docket, and we all know that's probably going to happen, right? So be aware of that. With that out of the way, I'm not currently following any active trials that are in court. Nothing has dragged me in. There are a few cases that I'm checking up on that haven't made it to court yet that I find interesting. I'm also keeping just a bunch of court listener tabs open for updates in other cases that I think could be interesting. And then on top of that, if you haven't watched my video on screw worms, that's becoming a mess now because the head of agriculture in Texas has a new bait that he wants the government to use, but the government tested the bait. And while the government's bait they used right now pulled in, I think it was like 40 some thousand flies, his bait pulled in one, but he's still standing by it that they need to still use his bait. So that's fascinating to me because I mean it's going to affect beef prices, which are also possibly being affected because we are sending something like $40 billion to Argentina, who's also got all the soybean sales that used to go to American farmers, like being sent to China, and now we're talking about importing their beef, and there's pushback for that. But if the beef in America starts getting damaged by screw worms, we're probably going to end up buying their beef anyway, and that is, off topic for most of what I cover on the channel, and I probably won't do another screw worm video, but that's something I've been following since February. That's why I have that one video out there. And yes, it is still fascinating, and yes, it is still evolving. There's also the case of that Amish man with the goat in the house and murdered a woman. I've been checking up on that periodically. There's a bunch of cases where I am checking up, but just hasn't gone to trial, hasn't done anything crazy that I want to do a video on that I think is worthy of a video. With that being said, next weekend I have my gaming channel has been popping off because I had to do Digimon, then I had to do RuneScape, then I had to do Pokemon. Well, I did have to do RuneScape, but RuneScape I was playing at the same time. Then I had Pokemon. Now I have another event that I might do videos for coming out next week. At the very least, I'll be playing with friends. So don't expect me to hop on a case next week, most likely. Not that I know when I would even pop on. I am still looking for stuff, so feel free to leave comments, and I'm always checking those. Just for other stuff to, obviously cover on the channel. But I've just been very, very busy with that and other stuff. It's getting colder. I had to like deconstruct a fish pond and bring fish in and set up all that and buy all the supplies for that and make trips to places that sell more in bulk because things are cheaper there, and it's been a busy time the last month or so, which is just why there's been a lack of videos. But I am still watching. I am still trying to catch up on things. I'm actually kind of upset that I was so late with this Lori update because I would try to do it the same day, but I slipped through the cracks. I was a little busy yesterday and I didn't check things as much. I did one check before bed, didn't catch this, and you got the video now. So I hope everyone's enjoying. I hope everyone's having a good fall. It's fall now. I hope everyone's enjoying themselves and getting ready for the cold, and maybe you've already done your Christmas shopping to save on any future price increases. But I'll see you all in the next video.